Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of the Two Saints podcast show today. This features one of our regular features, Saints Roundtable, and this is a mini pod today. So this is actually a preview of this afternoon's game against Man City, featuring Southampton FC. Hope you enjoy.
The Manchester City Saints game on Saturday. Again, Leon is with me from the Saints Archive people, and Tara's with me, frequent traveller to away games, and now part of the SDSA committee. And that, for people that don't know, that's the Saints Disabled Supporters Association. And obviously I have my old lad with me, Mark Carter. Anyway, so we move on to the Man City game. Has anybody any thoughts going into it at all? Any hopes? And I would have thought we're hopeful, but also very, very fearful. Tara, you can kick it off.
Do you know what? I'm going to be really honest here. I am quite hopeful. I think we always go to City and we always play well. Even on the back of that, at home against Leicester, we went up to City a few days later, and in fact, I think we went there twice actually after that. And actually, both times we give them a good game. I think on the back of Saturday, the defence should feel quite confident. Our defence should feel quite confident. I just think, we need to get two up front. But I'm wondering if Ralph might play it the same as what he did Saturday. I don't know.
I
think he will. Leon, sorry.
I think it's going to be sort of damage limitation, I'm afraid. You obviously won't play two up front. Looking, you talk about the right back situation again. I mean, they got Grealish playing down the left-hand side. Livramento's just a young 18-year-old, 19-year-old player. Walker Peters hasn't really sort of played the season at the moment. So I'm thinking maybe to move Jack Stephens, who's in great form at the moment, to put him at right back and put Bednarek in the middle with Salusi. I'm sure put Stevens up against Grealish. That's my thoughts anyway.
That's quite a good shout, actually.
I have to say, I'm going to the game, a song in my heart, and just hope on the horizon. Really, I have no expectation level. I agree with Sarah that the last few games up there have been fairly tight affairs, barring the 6-1 demolition when I think it was Mark Hughes was the manager up there, because it was at that game. That Sunday afternoon wasn't very pleasant. But, in the main, Tara's quite right. We have run them quite close. I kind of remember a game, and it was one of Van Dijk's last ones, I think. It was the one where Guardiola went over and had a quiet word with Nathan Redmond, and the Man City basically, Paul Tierney, who lives in the greater Manchester area, I'm not saying there's any bias there, but Paul Tierney gave 6 minutes, and 6 minutes were played, and he still didn't blow his whistle. We played a 7th minute, Man City scored, and then as soon as Saints got it to the centre circle to kick off the game, he blew his whistle. Now, I'm not saying that money changed hands. I'm not saying that there's a Manchester bias by Paul Tierney, but it is kind of strange that he lives in the greater Manchester area.
I was there for that game.
He does seem to referee Manchester the main Manchester clubs quite a lot in the Premier League, but there you go. Anyway, anybody else want to say anything about the Manchester City preview? Any other worries or anything like that?
I was fairly upbeat after the West Ham result, in the fact that it was a clean sheet. Took the positives from it. A little bit disappointed we weren't quite as buccaneering as I thought we could be. But for me, I hate to say it, I think this is 3-1 Man City. I just think they've got too much for us at the moment. As well as Salah's teams have done. Grealish, we never pick up whenever we play him. Nobody ever marks Jack Grealish whenever we play them. He undoes us every single time he plays against us, always has done. And I think also in Gundogan, he's always a threat. And they've got a certain defender who, at the moment, everything he touches is gold for Man City and Ruben Dias. And I think those 3 players are a real threat. And I think Dias is one of those players that notoriously Saints will be bad at picking up, same with Grealish. For some reason, we don't ever pick Jack Grealish up, despite the fact we know what he can do. And we're all sat there most of the time thinking he's got the ball 30 yards out. We know exactly what he's going to do with it. And for some reason, our defenders don't seem to pick up on that. I'm hoping Salisu's put on him because, to be fair...
Well, hopefully Ralph's been showing them the videos.
Well, in all fairness, I'm hoping he puts Salisu on him because I actually think Salisu's pretty much had in his pocket every striker he's played against so far. I know Grealish isn't a striker, but...
Okay, so up front, after the way he played for the last 10, 15 minutes on Saturday, who would start Roger?
No. I think he's not
only if he plays 2
for Man City. I think I'll put Shea Adams up front to chase that ball around up front. I think Pojar's probably not quite the game for him at the moment.
I was going to say I would play him because it's a vocal point. It's an outlet, and maybe he can bring other runners from the midfield into the game. But I have to say, I'm going for a 2-1 loss.
I'm going to get you to wrap up quick, Mark, because we haven't got long left.
Right. Leon, can I have a prediction, and Tara as well, just very quickly?
I don't like to say it, but I think 3-0 Man City. Sorry.
1-0.
Tara?
1-0.
What are you going with?
1-1.
1-1. Okay,
1-1.
You'll do me. I'm travelling up with a friend and his daughter who has Williams syndrome on Saturday. So hopefully I'll see you there. Are you going?
Yeah, I'm on the coach. So I'm on Saints Way Travel. So I'll be there. So see you.
Take care, love. And thanks both for agreeing to do this.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that preview. Good luck, Southampton, this afternoon. So the podcast will actually be out this week, so obviously keep an eye out for that on the usual channels, YouTube, Facebook, and obviously our usual providers. Just to remind you all, you can contact us via our email address, the Two Saints Podcast Show at outlook.com, for questions or items you'd like to hear in future shows. You can listen to the radio show on Fiesta 95 FM in Southampton and via onlineradiobox.com. Also, the Two Saints Podcast Show is now available via Spotify, SoundCloud, Overcast, Acast, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music and Podbean, or via our Facebook page, The Two Saints Show, and our YouTube channel, The Two Saints Podcast Show.